Okay.
Jan, I'm rolling whenever you're
Hi,
ready.
little girl.
Hi. Okay, we start with the basics, even though I know the answer to this. Tell me
Okay.
your name and spell it for me.
My name is John Fina,
And spell it for me.
JohnFina.
Very good. John, you look the picture of health. Tell me how you're feeling these days.
Right now, I feel fantastic. Just my knee, I twisted about 2 months ago, but it's okay now.
But your heart.
My heart is doing great. I haven't had any problem, any complication, uh, so it's been great so far.
So you're able to run and play soccer and do whatever you want to do in life?
According to myself, yes. According to my wife, she don't want me to run so hard. Just take it easy, she says.
But you feel good enough to do it.
Yes, I can. I not run real fast. I don't want to do it, but I just want to make sure I can still play a little bit.
Well, it's been almost a year. Did you ever think that you'd be back playing soccer after your fatal heart attack?
Well, the doctors, after I got out of the hospital, one of the doctors that did the surgery said that he told my wife, said, you can play soccer again. Of course, she almost passed out, but so after about 6 months, they released me that I could go ahead and start playing again. So
What does it mean to you to be back out here with your buddies and playing?
as I cannot explain, I mean, I don't think there's any words that explain in any language the feeling that I have with these guys, just like a family. It's unbelievable.
And that family was there for you when you needed them most, weren't they?
Unbelievable. My wife, she said that they gave her so much support because my wife never left my bedside. She was there the whole time. Everybody said, go home. She said, what am I going to go home for? So the guys kept watching with her. They kept rotating, and they were there all the time. Unbelievable support.
But they were there for you here when you collapsed too.
Of
What
course.
did they do?
I tell you, that's amazing. The Dr. Navarro and Bernard, normally they don't come on a regular basis, but that day somehow something told them to come. And I don't think if it had not been for them, I don't know if I'd be here right now. So I owe my life to them.
Tell me what they did.
Well, I don't remember because I was gone. But what they tell me is that, he started giving me CPR. He even hit me on the side because I think maybe cracked one of my ribs, but they kept doing compression and alternated between the two of them until the ambulance or the firefighters got here. They said it's about 22 minutes that I did not have any pulse or anything.
It's kind of a miracle that you
Yes,
survived, isn't
I,
it?
I owe this. About anything else, thank God for sending those two guardian angels, and the other just supported me. It's a miracle to me from God, giving me a second chance in life, and hopefully I can do His humble work.
Great. So when you woke up in the hospital, what was the first thing you thought?
First thing I saw was my wife at the bedside, and also another fellow that's not here right now, Luigi Mangioli. He asked Johnny, he said, let's go play soccer. And I think I've kind of moved a little bit, and I recognized. It's after about 2 days that I was in a coma.
So tell me about the care you got at Methodist Richardson.
The care of Methodist Richardson, we never have used that hospital. That's the first time. It is fantastic beyond belief. The support that we got from the doctors, the nurses, everyone that took care of me. My wife she was just, she's a retired nurse, and she was just amazed what she was able to, the doctors, usually some doctors, they're just strictly business, but they came and talked to my wife, continues to tell them what I was doing, how I was doing everything, and it's like, she was just, overwhelmed, the passionate that they had, and usually some specialists don't have that, but these guys were fantastic. I can never thank them enough.
Do you have kind of a special bond with them now?
Yes, Dr. Chaba, the one that did put my defibrillator on me, he warned me at the beginning, telling me all about it and everything, and he says, look, I'm going to treat you like if you're my older son, my older brother. So I said, wow, that's something special.
And did you feel like he treated you like
Yes,
older
yes, they
brother?
were there all the time, and they always, just like I said, it's unbelievable the care that I received from them. It's beyond belief.
How about the nurses? Were they good to
The
you?
nurses too. I mean, the nurses were there. Like I said, the whole care. The thing about Methodist Hospital, we found out was that even when I was in a coma, some places would say, you cannot visit, this and that, but they feel that you should be there because when I was in a coma, I know they didn't know if I was going to come out of it, so they were there and they were talking because if I wake up, I want to make sure that I'm in the surrounding that I'm used to, so I would not be scared. And so they were all holding, even Armin Gonzalez, he was holding my hand, he told me through the whole time. So I didn't feel all that, but I'm sure it did a tremendous help healing.
Tell me what it means to you to be back here with these guys playing soccer now.
Like I said before, I have no words that I could explain to the love that is between these older guys. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, everybody here is over 60 years old, from 60 to 82, 83. That's amazing. And the love is just there. It's not like it used to be 20, 30 years ago when we played. There's a different atmosphere now. Every once in a while we act like kids, but you know, it's only natural.
Has this experience changed how you look at life on a daily basis?
Of course, I tell everybody that, you know, everybody worries about money, retirement, this and that. I said, there's nothing more important than life. I said, that's just, to me, forget about everything else. You don't have to worry about getting depressed. I said, look, you know, what happened to me, and I always try to tell them, you know, this is, you know, forget about everything else, but, you know, life is precious, precious.
Do you feel like a miracle?
They tell me I do, you know, and I looking back, it just sounds like every once in a while I said, did it really happen? Like, I don't know what. It's kind of hard, but everybody said, well, you were a miracle baby. I said, well, yeah, I guess so, because I didn't know what happened, and I was gone, and I came back.
Great, great.
So.
Let me get just a couple of minutes of this while we're playing, if you don't mind, and then we can do you want to talk to somebody else? And then we can unhook John here, and then we can put him back up. But let me just shoot a couple minutes of this for some video while we're playing.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. You want to run that up to your shirt? Well, actually, we'll probably do it under your coat. That works. Clip it on the back of your shorts if you want. And do it if you like.
You got lucky, Bernard?
There you go. That works.
Bernard, you got lucky, buddy? Lay back, John. You got to work the target.
Good.
So how often you do this?
Well, this is kind of new for me. I just started doing it for this.
You did?
So this is kind of what I know. It's great. You know, stories like John's story. It's really amazing.
You got 5 seconds. My daughter is been working with. She went to Columbia. There you go. And she's now with Fox News in New York.
Oh, good.
She works with all the guys over there, and she's one of the manages all the social media.
Oh, yeah. That's hard when you first start.
Good time, Daddy.
10 pounds. Until you get into about a pound, unless you get into 3 years, that's where you
Nice play, guys. So you did 8 years? 12. Wow.
So that's going to be blocking the camera. They're trying to get on the action.
No, you guys are fine. You stay right there. Don't move.
Get him, buddy.
Hey, brother. Come here, on the end of that. You come up here. Oh. Yeah, here, the next one.
First time!
Frank, you know, the keeper. Yeah, Frank. Vigo. No, I didn't realize. Solos. Yeah.
¿Sabes que se murió Frank? ¿El primero? California, tenía Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
We played. He got to be about 90 something.
Dallas Tornado Reserves and beat them 3.
You know Frank.
Wow.
¿Cómo se llama Frank?
Okay, Jan, whenever you're ready.
How are you?
No, pro, his daughter does
Okay,
this.
thank you.
Okay, so first say your name and spell it for me.
I'm Carlos. My last name is Navarro, and Carlos Navarro.
And you're a dentist, is that right? A DDS?
I'm an orthodontist.
Orthodontist, okay,
Yes.
very good.
Ah,
So you had medical training that you knew CPR, right?
Yes, yes. Thanks to my professors in school. Yeah, both in Mexico and here in Dallas at Baylor. I remember the physiology class very well. Yes.
So tell me what you first thought when you saw John go down on this field.
At the beginning, I thought he had twisted his knee because I heard the ouch, and I was running with the ball by him, and I heard ouch. And then when I came back, I saw him down to see what had happened. I immediately recognized he had had a heart attack, and I didn't take any chances, so I struck him very hard on the chest. I done in my life Taekwondo, and I hit it really hard. Probably broke some of his ribs or damaged some of his ribs. And then after that, I started compressions. And then Bernard came to help me and started doing the CPR, but I never quit doing compressions. He started asking for my blood pressure monitor, which I always have in my backpack, and some drugs, and I needed an aspirin, but they couldn't find my backpack, and I couldn't go to get it. So I just continued to compress him, and as I was trained, you know. And I think it's very important that all health professionals keep up with the CPR, and we dentists have to do it because of the state board. They ask you to do, you know, to be licensed, you have to have your CPR active. So we stay very active, and I was reading information about, you know, how to resuscitate people.
And how long did you keep up those compressions?
22 minutes.
And is that an unusually long time for someone to be down and to come back?
You know, I don't know. At those moments, you don't think. I think you should never quit until, you know, emergency gets here. And I think you just need to continue to do compressions. What else you're going to do? I have read that there's people being down for an hour and they keep on going and they come back. So
you never gave up hope that you could bring John back?
I couldn't. I just was not going to quit. Yes.
What does he mean to you?
Well, I mean, number one, as a doctor, as a physician, as a, you know, dentist, any human life is what we train for, you know. Now, when you put the love and the care of a friend and everything, it just means a lot. I mean, we love each other. I mean, we're here to help. It's a special group of people that we've been playing together for. I've been playing with John probably 40 years, you know. And since I got here to Baylor 36 years ago, so I say 40 because it seems that way, but you know, I've been here for 36, so I know John for a long time. We play against each other, we play with and the same teams. We've been playing soccer forever. I'm the youngest one of the crowd. I'm 62 years old, and I come here as much as I can, of course, because I still have an active practice in orthodontics in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And you know, now everybody is trained. Now we have also defibrillators, and we have some of the drugs. So we are very much aware, and we have everything here for helping.
And did you help this facility get that defibrillator?
Yes, I did. I donated, yeah.
And does it have a nickname?
No.
Okay, you didn't name it for him?
No. We probably have to name it or put a nickname on it. Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
What did you think of the care he got at Methodist Richardson?
Oh, the best. I mean, when I finished here and after the emergency care came over here, the fire department came over here and took him over there. Mary wanted to go to, I said, this is the facility you have to go. And when I got there, and I went I went inside the emergency because I told him I'm Dr. Navarro, so I went and saw him. He was having some convulsions, and also all his movement and all his, arms, legs, and everything. I said, I don't think there's any brain damage. So, and the care was unbelievable. The cardiologists, the doctors, I mean, they really did a fantastic. And the key was that, he didn't have any damage on the heart. He didn't have any brain damage. And every time I went and saw him, I mean, the care was all the nurses, all the doctors. I mean, you guys changed his life.
What does it mean to have him back with you now playing soccer?
But there's no words. It's priceless. Absolutely no words. It's just absolutely priceless. I mean, it's a miracle. I mean, at the end of the day, it's bigger power than us that you just have to do. But there's a bigger decision, and it was just a gift of life and a miracle that he can be here with us.
Very good.
Yes.
Oh, you got it, kid.
I know he was playing. I thought he was going to play.
There you go. Now you can play him. Go. Sub. To the left. Okay. Here, touch. Watch out, push it back! Push back against the wall! Good play. Don't forget the sub.
Hey guys, we got 5 subs.
You got 5 subs.
Tim's coming up.
Tim already?
Yeah, we're going the other way. Yeah, still does camera.
What are you doing over this side? You got away from me. You're not allowed in this class. I will kill you.
They understand you.
We're only speaking English here.
Maybe, well, kind of. Okay, take it in. Scottish.
First you say that. Come on back. Come on back. Did they tell you how many nationalities are out here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that many. A lot. What is it?
A couple of Texans.
Oh, is that? I didn't realize it was that. Yeah.
Bunch.
Oh, that's an out group. An out group.
Put it away.
Well, what's the on the end door? He's just come out.
Look up, White. Ready, ready.
Hot ball. Oh, beautiful. Help him.
David, David. David.
You not play one?
Look out, White!
Next one.
It's so hard because, you know, you want to do the mind clicks back, you know, several years back. And you want to do the things you used to do, but you can't.
I know, they look pretty good out there.
Yeah. There's too many. It's okay. We just have supposed to have fun, but every once in a while everybody thinks back to still professionals, you know.
Those competitive juices get going
Oh,
again,
yeah.
right?
There's a little fella from Greece.
Yeah, I see.
Big fella from Greece.
Yeah, big fella from Greece? No.
Yeah, we collect money to send them to Greece.
Oh yeah, we got the banks open there today?
No,
They're closed?
I think so.
Don't you know the president, can they do a special opening or something? No?
I don't know.
There's no money in there, right? Here's the guy right here, Warrior Ward, David Pitcock.
Older than time.
Yeah, sure. Frank Greppel.
Yeah.
He's from the Ukraine. He came over here.
I see.
Yeah, his is
I'm the
illegal,
only American.
illegal. Got it in the internet.
Yeah, that was invented by Gore.
Having worked on this right now, I will never
This is frustrating. This is frustrating for you. A little bit, yeah.
Oh, no. I give the full sex and he will get them.
Right out of the box.
Yeah.
And you haven't had to use it yet, I take it.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Good. Hopefully you won't, but it's here.
I hope we never have to. But it's here now, so that something
And
were to happen.
Carlos donated the
Yeah.
money for it?
Oh, he had it. That was his. I told everybody I got my own person. That's like the mask, you know, for do I guess when they put it on the mouth and to give air.
Part of it too.
Well, no, it's like
Oxygen
a.
and all that. Yeah.
I'm not remembering that.
Here, let's just take it out of the wrapper. That's okay. That's it.
That's Michael.
I appreciate you letting us come in here today.
He's one of the good flexible. I'm going to stop for a minute to take a group picture because I have to go, okay?
All right.
Hurry! 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 Get over here, we're going to take a group picture, okay? Right in the center.
You're on the camera. Be careful of your language.
Okay, I know. Come over here and take a group picture, all right?
Just sit there and smile and look pretty.
That's another
That's it. I don't have to ask you guys that twice because all y'all are pretty. For old guys, right?
We old. We take things personal.
Listen, when I get 60, how is it, 60 or under? I mean over? And 15 more years, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to kick everybody's ass.
We won't be here.
We'll be waiting.
We'll wait for underneath the...
We'll meet you at Sparkman Hill.
We're going to start simple.
Simple.
Say your name and then spell it for me.
Bernard Gourlay, spelled B-E-R-N-A-R-D, G-O-U-R-L-A for America, Y.
Very good. So, Bernard, tell me what you thought when you first saw John go down on the field.
Well, he went down two ways. He went down on his knee, and I looked round and I thought he was just playing that he had been injured by one of the other players, just kidding on. And then he went down on his, fully down. I thought, oh no, this is more serious. Then I remembered that he had a heart thing going on. So we went over, I went over, and his breathing was terrible. His eyes were starting to roll. And I tried to make sure his mouth was clear, get his tongue out, we couldn't. His jaw was clenched, couldn't get it to move. Then Carlos came over, and he said, we need to give him CPR. I said, fair enough. So we started pumping his chest. Then we alternated, and I also was under the impression that in the old days it used to be so many pumps and then so many breaths. And the medics advised me later on that just keep pumping, that's all you need to do. But so we tried to give him breaths as well, 5 breaths, but we couldn't get it in his mouth, so I clamped his mouth and breathed through his nose. And that, we got his chest rising that way. And we just continued off and on, him and I, pumping his chest. But Carlos got really excited and he pumped him one time and he went, and I thought, oh no, Carlos, take it easy, you'll break his ribs. There's a humorous note in the whole thing. But he was okay, and for 20, Carlos says 22 minutes, we were trying to get the medics to come around to respond. And then the medics arrived and took over from the whole thing, we stepped back.
So did you have experience doing CPR? Is that the first time you'd ever done it?
The first time in real life. Other than that, it's been in the Boy Scouts with a dummy. And watch a lot of safety things when you go to different companies. You go through their safety briefing, so a lot of that. But first time in real practice.
Well, I think you saved his life.
Well,
Or helped,
the two of us.
The two of you certainly
I was his
did.
nurse. Yeah.
So what did you think about his recovery and his treatment?
Fabulous. When we stepped back, it was like, wow, that was a funny emotional feeling. It was great that they were there, and it was actually after they steadied him, they gave him 2 shots, one at the beginning and then they worked on him more. And then they weren't happy that he was on level footing, so they gave him another shock, the medics. And then when he was stable and they got him on the gurney ready to go, that was when the emotional feeling was, wow, that's great, wonderful. And then we wanted to know how he was. They said he was putting him in a semi-coma on ice, and so they didn't know how his heart was or his brain was, and that was interesting to know that really much, so that we hadn't caused any damage, and everything was good, so great relief.
What did you think of the care he got at Methodist Richardson?
I visited him one time in there. Well, obviously great, because he's still alive. Yeah, I say the right thing there.
What does it mean to have him back here playing?
Good, he's a character. He runs the whole thing. He's the commandante. We used to play outdoor. He played for Azzurri, which is a very competitive team, so we always had a ding-dong game between him and I. And it's great to play with him indoor.
Do you think John is a miracle?
Who?
Do you think John is a miracle?
A miracle? I thought you said American. I thought, huh? A miracle? No, well, somebody was looking after him, definitely. He's come back to full operation again.
And he's part of the family again.
It is so, yep.
Very good.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
We'll let you go back to playing.
Good.